Welcome to a CBS News New York special presentation, Earth Day, Invest in Our Planet. I'm Dana Tyler. To celebrate this Earth Day, we're taking you around the tri-state area to see what communities and lawmakers are doing to support environmental protection. We begin with the weather. Major storms are becoming more common, causing destruction in our area. CBS 2's Lonnie Quinn looks at what's causing this change in the forecast.
Many of us watch the weather with a different eye these days. It seems more often than not a forecast of rain or snow turns into a major event. All you have to do is look at the precipitation extremes of the last several years.
It's along the lines of when it rains, it pours.
David Robinson is New Jersey's state climatologist.
Excessive precipitation events have become more common over the last 2 decades or so. You can look back in the Northeast to Floyd in '99. Irene was a major event in 2011, and then, of course, Ida in September 1st of 2021.
Here's a little more detail. Floyd was a Category 4 hurricane that dropped more than 13 inches of rain. Irene was a tropical storm, but over 48 hours, it destroyed hundreds of homes and vital infrastructure. And then just last year, Hurricane Ida broke rainfall records as more than 3 inches of rain fell in just over an hour. Rushing waters flooded subways and streets and, boy, trapped people in their homes. And only days before Ida hit, we had Henri. Those two storms gave our area a devastating 1-2 punch. There was a time where we would say, hey, there's a big storm coming in. People would kind of poo-poo it, right?
Whenever we talk about flash flood watch or flash flood advisory or a warning, people immediately are going to register in their minds what happened with Ida. Is this going to be like Ida in terms of potential flooding?
I'm with meteorologist Joe Rayo at the historic Belvedere Castle in Central Park. And while it is one of the park's most iconic structures, for more than a century, this location has been a critical New York weather reporting station.
We're able to see now storm systems, major storms, mega storms that we're seeing now in recent years, and make comparisons to the storms that we had using, again, this same location, the same equipment 40, 50 years ago, 60 years. We were able to tell whether or not we're seeing greater amounts of rain.
Plain and simple, it is essential to weather reporting to establish these benchmarks, whether it's for, a daily forecast or for a big weather event. But you got to keep this in mind, because even with the latest technology out at Belvedere or even here in the CBS 2 Weather Center, there are some storms that just defy prediction.
The forecasting of those very isolated storms that stall and sit in one place is still a long way from coming to any kind of high precision.
Robinson is talking about an extraordinary 2014 rainstorm over Long Island that took everyone by surprise.
To know that that would have set up on that particular day, and it would have set up over Islip, is just beyond our means.
What hit Islip was a training storm. It's a meteorological phenomenon. That system pummeled a relatively small area with nearly 14 inches of rain. And unfortunately, there will likely be more extreme precipitation in our future. The weather experts, they say that one reason is the Earth is getting warmer. That leads to more evaporation. That leads to more moisture in the air, which leads to bigger rain.
We have had extreme weather events since the beginning of time, but we're seeing them now with greater frequency or with greater magnitude, I'd say, and we expect to see that pattern continue to increase.
As we start to see more storms of greater magnitude, the science of forecasting is also getting better. Improving satellites and radar may not prevent dangerous weather, but it can mean earlier warnings to the public, helping to get people out of harm's way.